Hello and welcome to the TCF Morning Show. It is Monday, March 23rd. I am joined tonight by Matt Schoolfield at schools_01 and Boomy at Boomy TCF. I am at Z Loya, Lilja TCF, Zach Loya. And if you don't follow the main page, it's at typical_Chicago. We've been inside for a while now. Our brains are a little scrambled here. Instagram.
Cabin fever stuff.
Yeah, we're about day 10 without sports?
7. Oh, yeah, at least.
Almost 2 weeks without sports. Going crazy. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Type in Typical Chicago Fans. Follow us on there. Go to YouTube. Type in Typical Chicago Fans. And subscribe to the Typical Chicago Fans YouTube page. We are at, I think, 50 or so right now. We put this always, the TCF Morning Show and our podcast all go on there. And then wherever you get your podcast from, we put the TCF Morning Show in podcast form too on Apple, Spotify, Spreaker, wherever you get your podcast from. If you're on Apple, subscribe, rate, review. And if you're on Spotify, follow and give us a review on there. If you're anywhere else, do what you got to do. Thank you to our sponsor, The Muddy Otter. The Muddy Otter, go to themuddy.otter.com. They had a big release today on their site. They had a bunch of new products go out today. So go to themuddy.otter.com and check out all the new products. If you're inside like you're supposed to be and you want to do a little shopping, they will send that right to you. That is themuddy.otter.com. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram, Mitch and Hannah Prentice. Again, that is themuddy.otter.com. Also, Score Trader. Boomy, I'm getting kind of out of it. Just kind of been playing video games pretty much and watching stand-up for the last week or so. What's going on with politics?
Man, that's the thing. It's kind of all up in the air right now. There's a couple elections that are waiting to be announced when they'll be held because of, obviously, the coronavirus. But there will be elections coming up. We're not exactly sure when right now, but we're down to, again, same two, Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders. And these are going to be really important, obviously, with the political climate in the world changing. A lot of writing on these as we move closer to the Democratic National Convention in July. So make sure you get on the Score Trader app. It's only on Apple App Store. Download it for free. Create an account. There's no money involved that you have to use to get in. Set up your account so when these elections do get announced that you'll be good and ready to go. So make sure you head over to their Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and also their YouTube page to watch a quick tutorial on how to use the app. But it's super simple, it's free, and it's a lot of fun. And especially you need to be paying attention to the news right now. This is a great way to do it. So get in on it right now.
Thank you, Boomy, for that. Also, thank you to our sponsors, The Muddy Otter and Score Trader. Boys, pretty much coronavirus sucks.
Yeah.
It's taking everything, sports, going to the bars on the weekend, going out to eat. Everything's been kind of taken away from us. We are in a, was it shelter?
Shelter in
place. That was started Saturday.
Except when you need to go to the grocery store, the pharmacy, the restaurants.
Well, yeah, to get your carry-outs.
Yeah. But keep doing that stuff, too, because those restaurants and bars need it, dude. Carry out delivery.
That's what we're doing now. I don't know what you guys are doing out, a little bit, closer to the suburbs, but like all we're trying to do, me and the wife, we'll make meals Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then Tuesday, Thursday, we'll order from the places that, we usually get or, probably use the most here in town. So yeah, keep supporting those guys. And all the places we've been to so far are super accommodating and, a lot of curbside pickups and all that stuff. So make sure you stay on that. But yeah, man, I miss work. I miss getting up and going to work and having something to do. But here we are, just playing video games and watching Netflix.
It's crazy. Like I said, the shutdown started Saturday around 5, and I kind of went out today a little bit, and there's nobody. It's weird. It was a Sunday afternoon, usually kind of a hopping time. You would think would be a time where people would be out, and now with the stay in place.
Shelter in place. You'll get it.
I'll get it at some point. When is that in place till at least
April 7th?
At least April 7th. So It's gonna be
2 more weeks.
It's gonna be a weird next few months without sports, without really anything to do. You're supposed to be staying inside as much as you possibly can.
Yeah, like you're not even supposed to be like hanging out with like family and like,
especially
like
if
whoever you live
you got
with.
grandparents and stuff, and you're kind of our age. You're not supposed to be around your grandparents because you don't want to be the one who gives it to them.
But you can still call.
Yes,
people.
call, text, FaceTime. FaceTime is a big thing right now. I'm not really supposed to go see my nephews right now, but I get to FaceTime with them every single day. So that's something that you need to do because somebody that kind of deals with a little bit of anxiety myself. This is probably a time where it's going to skyrocket for a lot of people, so you want to make sure stay in contact with your loved ones. Make sure you reach out every once in a while because, like I said, it can be a really lonely time right now. You're supposed to stay in your house. You're not allowed to leave. So, like I said, reach out and make sure that you are talking to everyone, all your loved ones. Try to talk to them at least every day because you know what? Like you said, I've been sitting around my house for 3 days now, and I'm already feel like I'm about to go crazy inside, and it's only the start of everything. So we got a while to go.
That's the promise I'm gonna make. I'm gonna call both my grandmas tomorrow or today. So been busy picking up some side work.
Yeah, boom.
I'll make sure I give
Boomy
both
keeps
the
it
grandmas
moving.
a call.
Boomy keeps it moving with the work. He is actually out there fighting the coronavirus, doing a little deep cleaning at places. But let's get into our first subject, the coronavirus worry level. We've started off the last 2 weeks of shows with this, but it just keeps getting crazier and crazier with all the stuff going on. I will start. My coronavirus level is still about the same, 80, 85, just because I just don't see any end in sight for the beginning or for sports to finally start. I feel like the sports are gone for a while. I think June 1st is not going to happen. I think it's going to be sometime maybe in July, unfortunately. But yes, I understand it's a pandemic. We got the shelter in place. Boom, got it. Which is it really kind of made people kind of maybe realize that this is a big deal. But for somebody like us three, we rely on sport. I realized today on the weekends, if I don't have to get up for a game, like to maybe make a bet on a game or watch a game, what's the reason to get up in the morning on a Saturday? Why just not lay around? Like, what's the point? What's the point, huh?
It's very depressing, but
it's not. I'm realizing that without sports, my life is very depressing, Boomy. But who thought we would ever be here? Who thought we would ever be in a spot where we'd be like, well, we don't have anything? I'm watching the Saints 49ers week 14 game. I think it was when they scored a bunch of points, and it's just nice to have sports on to watch. I know what happened. I know who won, but I miss it. Boomy.
Yeah, it kind of goes to Matt's point, though, about, like, yes, we're in this shelter in place, but, like, you can still go out and, like, go to Walmart and stuff. Like, I was down in Peru today working, and, there was still a ton of cars at Walmart. It's like, guys, this isn't what's going to help, like, yes, it's shelter in place, but, there's a lot of things.
It's a strong suggestion to stay home.
Also, like you said, go for walks. If you have paths behind your house or something, like, just kind of get some fresh air.
If we don't do these things, we're not going to have sports until August. Like,
yeah, right.
It's just you almost just want to get to the point where you're like, okay, no one can leave. Like, stay home. Like, obviously, if you need something, but, like, dude, it's like you got to figure this out, people, because if not, then it's not going to go back to normal until we get this, taken care of. But Zach, I'll be very honest. My worry is it was at about a 55. I'd say I'm like close to a 60. I'm probably like 58, 59 right now. And that's just kind of like you said, man. And like, yes, we're taking measures. We're under shelter in place. But like, to me, honestly, like not a ton has changed. I still saw, like I said, a ton of people at Walmart and a ton of people out and about at gas stations. And they said that's an easy way for people to contract this is through like shared places like gas stations and things like that. Like, that just worries me that if we don't, start taking these precautions, it's just going to keep dragging and dragging and dragging. So it's frustrating. So I thought I got 59.
Yeah, well, like I said, we'll see where everything goes, but it's one of those things you don't know when like businesses will be. I mean, it's in at least until April 7th, but you don't know when stuff will be back. Like, Friday night, what do you do? You don't usually go out to eat. You go out to do something, just anything, just to go out and get a little bit of fresh air from the week. And at this point, you don't know when you'll be able to do something like that.
Exactly, man.
Matt.
Yeah, it's for as far as the rating, I would say I'm probably still. I think I checked in. I think I said I was probably like an 85. Probably say somewhere around there still. It's it doesn't seem to be going anywhere, and that's what sucks.
No.
Like you said, sports are nowhere near the horizon, nowhere near on the horizon of what's coming ahead.
Not even close.
For us.
Not even close.
It's not. I wouldn't get any thought of it. I would get any thought of professional sporting event in the United States any time before June has got to be off the table at this point.
Well, we're getting more and more cases.
I'm starting to wonder if the NFL season is going to be in danger too. But
well, if
no
we're
one
going to
wants
get
to bring the elephant in the room. But
Sean Payton has it. If more coaches get it and stuff like that, like you're going to have to factor in how long they want them quarantined and stuff like that. And it's just you never know.
It's just going to keep spreading the way it's going everywhere else. It's like
it's crazy. I mean,
let's hope the doctors can get a vaccine on the way quicker than what's expected, or we can get maybe somebody snaps their fingers and this thing just up and disappears. That's about all we can hope for right now. So.
That'd be really nice.
Like I said, I understand though you need to stay informed and everything, but I feel like every once in a while you need to step back a little bit, watch a movie, go do something, just get your mind away from it a little bit. Because there's so much to it that, yes, you need to be informed. You need to know how to keep yourself safe from all the germs and everything, but you also need to, like I say, kind of get away from it every once in a while because everywhere you look, it's coronavirus because it's taken over the world. It literally has taken over the world. It is something that has shut down. For people that maybe watch this show and like maybe some degenerates like us, it's shut down Vegas. Nothing shuts down Vegas, and the coronavirus shut Vegas down. I think there was it Travis Shaw they were saying had a picture of Vegas.
Sean, he's the kid we went to high school with.
Oh, who?
This kid we went to high school with, me and Gonzo were talking about last night. He works for Allegiant Airlines in Vegas,
swore
and he had a bunch
of the third baseman. But go on.
The one I was just talking about.
I know. Go on. That's what I'm talking about.
In Vegas, and he was like, I don't know if he was coming home from the office or whatever, but he was taking pictures of like the Strip and all these different places that were
nobody. That is crazy to think.
Abandoned.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I saw someone from downtown Chicago from today, and it looks like a desolate city, dude. And that's good. That's what
it needs to happen.
Frankly,
right
if the numbers fall off the table and bad things don't happen, don't forget that means because these measures we're taking are working too.
Yeah.
There's something to be said for that. It's not just necessarily the conspiracy everyone wants to talk about and all the political stuff behind everything. If we don't have massive numbers, then a lot of that's going to be due to some of the efforts that are in place right now. So
for sure,
let's not lose sight of that. Don't forget, thank your healthcare workers, everybody that's out there doing the fighting the good fight for us, trying to keep us somewhat healthy. And stuff. It's crazy.
It's crazy to look at a place like Chicago at noon is one of the craziest places in the United States, and as of right now,
absolutely nuts.
8 people there, maybe walking around. Yeah. Right now, there's probably none.
And now you're seeing too, like the social media effect of it too. You're like every time you go on Facebook,
yes, if you don't want to be the one that gets shamed,
wherever the hell you go. Well, but you're also seeing like people like, oh, I have it. This is real. Here's what happened.
Oh,
they're giving like full timelines and stories of what the hell happened. People are putting up pictures. This is my cousin and his 4-month-old baby. I think it was a 4-month-old has it. Like that's insane, dude. Like 4 months and you're dealing with this. It's just, I don't know. Yeah. It's crazy stuff, dude. People just got to do what everyone suggests and stay home as much as you can. And I think.
Yeah. But like I said, if you want to get a little bit away from it, let's get into it. Bears get Nick Foles. I've come around on the trade. Who are we to get mad at a quarterback who actually has some accomplishments? A quarterback that maybe he has some playoff experience, and I I don't know. I don't really don't know what you can look at this and say it's not an upgrade from Mitch. But it will be a competition, I understand. But if Nick Foles is not the starting quarterback for the Chicago Bears, I think I will be disappointed at least. I think that I want Nick Foles to be the starting quarterback at the beginning of the 2020 season. Hopefully we have the 2020 NFL season. But, Matt, what are some of your thoughts on the trade?
It's basically a lot of people are freaking out about the compensation that they gave up with like a fourth rounder, and I believe that fourth rounder was the compensatory pick that happened when they who was that running back they had? Jesus, I'm drawing a blank now. The guy from Seattle they took.
Davis, Mike Davis.
Yes, thank you. Jesus, totally blanked out there. When they cut him before what was it, week 6 or 7, where they
got that
recoup
pick.
a compensatory pick, and that was the pick that they gave up, I believe, for Foles. You needed to have competition for Trubisky at the very least. I don't think there was nothing on the market that really wowed me that you were able to get except for Brady. Let's not kid ourselves. The rest of those guys, they're out there for a reason, and it's because they're not that good, frankly. Quarterbacks that hit the free agency market usually are there for a reason. It's because teams don't want them anymore, except for, like I said, Brady's case, which we need to talk about that at some point, too. Tom Brady's going to be a goddamn Tampa Bay Buccaneer, which is just wild. But, it's Nick Foles. I'm not going to get my hopes up. I'm not going to say that.
No, but you can't.
They're going to the Super Bowl.
No.
But it's not like he's never done it.
No.
I mean, he took a team to a Super Bowl and won it, and he has done it. Will he do it with the Bears? I don't know, but I don't think Trubisky will either.
The only negative that I can see,
I hope it's a fair competition. That's what I really want. I mean,
for sure. I mean, like, the only negative, I mean, like, you must be, I mean, I know you're in, year 4 of the Mitchell experiment, but if he loses the starting position, I mean, that's basically, the end of, I don't want to say the end of his career.
How is that a negative?
I mean,
You're year zero at Mitch. Mitch is done. When you make this move to get Nick Foles for 4th round pick, you've essentially told Mitch Trubisky, I'm sorry, but you're done here.
Mitch has had some good opportunities to prove what he can be. And
absolutely.
If he
he's going to get another one in training camp, too.
If he wants this job, he can go out in training camp and win this job. They're not going to just give Nick Foles the job.
This isn't Chase Daniel behind you anymore.
No.
Dude. This is a competent NFL quarterback.
I think that's what I've
win
always,
the job or don't.
I've always
if
wanted.
You're not going to win the job, get the hell out
I've
of the way.
always wanted somebody that
ultimately
can give him some competition. I'm so tired of Chase Daniel going in there. And I like Chase Daniel. He seemed like a nice guy, but it was...
Chase Daniel's an assistant coach. He's an assistant coach.
Yeah. You didn't want to see your backup quarterback in the game. I want to at least be able to be like, okay, if my backup quarterback goes in the game, we can maybe win a game. And if Mitch Trubisky is my backup quarterback, I would feel very confident in that.
Yeah,
but
you can still maybe win a game.
I think Nick Foles can go in there and win
when
this
a guy
job.
That's your starter is a starter is when you can still maybe win a game as your starter. That's when you end up winning fucking 6, 7, 8 games a year and you don't fucking make the playoffs. Yeah. So that's why you got to make this move. Is you've got to make this a real competition. You've got to say, Nick Foles, you just got paid last year by the Jaguars. You struggled with a tough lineup around you. That team was not built to win offensively at all. Let's not kid ourselves. Right. And as much as I like Doug Marrone on Pardon My Take, I don't think he's an NFL head coach personally.
No, he's a great coordinator.
I don't think they had a lot of offensive weapons on to be able to really do much for Foles. He was banged up early. He got hurt in the first game. Gardner Minshew came in, so it was like,
he got outplayed by Gardner Minshew.
A little bit flashy, but it wasn't even that he got outplayed because Minshew was terrible in the last half.
He broke his
collarbone. Nobody wants to
collarbone.
talk about that.
I understand that.
But Gardner
What do you
Minshew
mean you
was
understand?
trash.
Like,
Minshew was trash the second half of the year.
I know, and what was the reason to put him back in there? They were already out of the playoffs. They weren't going to make a run. He's coming back. He's coming back from his broken collarbone. They weren't pushing him to come back. There was no reason. By the time he came back from his collarbone healing up, they were out of the playoffs, and they were like, might as well see what Minshew can do. And
there is not a lot of quarterbacks that would succeed in that situation where you get hurt in week 1 with a collarbone injury, you come back and your team's already dead, what are you playing for at that point? That's my thing.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for it. Honestly, I'm ready for there to be a quarterback behind center that you trust, and if he's the starting quarterback, I trust it.
There's familiarity too. There's familiarity with people as their quarterback coach, and Bill Lazor as their offensive coordinator.
Matt Nagy and him are friends.
So it's not like it's a he's coming in blind in a system that he has no clue about either. No. So he's got weapons, and if people want to talk about Allen Robinson too, that he's not a number one. Allen Robinson's a number one receiver.
Yeah,
they've got like 7 number 5 tight ends with that trash heap that they're throwing out there, but.
See, that would be
playing it on 7, more like 9 or 10.
Yeah, Anthony Miller's a good player though, and I think Riley Ridley.
One kid that played college basketball.
What's that?
Do the Bears still have that one tight end that play? Shaheen, is he still on the roster?
Well, yeah, he's still there, but Jimmy Graham played at Miami.
Oh yeah, now you got 2 guys that played college basketball.
Yeah, Bears got some hoops. They could probably beat the Bulls. They could beat the Bulls.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for the move. I think it's a move that they had to make. They had to go get one of the 3 or 4 quarterbacks that were out there, and they said they gave up.
And I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, Zach, but I can't forget to throw this out there. Teddy Bridgewater, 3 years for $60 million is fucking asinine.
Dude,
by the way,
so much.
Insane.
$20 million
That's
a year.
Insane. Hell no, I'm sorry. It's Teddy Bridgewater.
Dude, if the Bears paid him that kind of money.
If he's that much better than Nick Foles, you're out of your mind.
And if you think for 1 second that Teddy Bridgewater said, okay, I got the money to go to the Bears, but I'm afraid to compete with Mitch Trubisky, I don't want that quarterback on my team anyway.
Yeah.
If you are afraid to go up against Mitch Trubisky in a competition, you've seen how he played, then you have no confidence in yourself. Like that can't be
totally
real.
Agree.
That can't be real. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I can't believe it. But some football related stuff, like you said, Tom Brady officially a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. He officially comes out and says it. He signed the deal. He's gonna be making like $30 million a year.
Dude, I'm convinced he just went there so he can have TB for Tom Brady on his helmet or on his hat, his uniform, and still be Tom Brady. So he can get this whole TB12 thing rolling.
He's a genius. I think it's going to be fun to watch them. It's also going to be fun to see what the Patriots do without Tom Brady and still have Belichick.
They're going to bring in, actually just came out 8 hours ago, they're bringing back Brian Hoyer, and we'll give him a chance to compete for the starting spot.
Very Bill Belichick.
Boy.
That sounds like very Bill. Like, I know you. You know the system. You know me. Let's see what you can do.
Hey, did you see the Bears just signed Barcavius Mingo?
What? The Bears did?
Yeah, the Bears just signed Barcavius Mingo.
Going back to them, and everyone's talking about the Foles move. Robert Quinn was a
great pick.
We
got Khalil Mack and Robert Quinn. Robert Quinn had a pretty good year last year. I think he had like 11 sacks.
And then you add Barcavius Mingo to that, too. That's a sneaky pickup for them, too.
They're
going to be able to
That's what I'm saying. I think this defense is loaded right now. We needed to get a quarterback that can move the game, keep you in a game, and I think Nick Foles is that guy.
But let's not kid ourselves. Robert Quinn is what you hope Leonard Floyd turned into, and Leonard Floyd didn't turn into that. Robert Quinn is who you want him to turn into.
I don't know. He got some money too. That like,
but at least he's produced.
Leonard Floyd.
He's double digits. No, I'm saying
that's what
Robert
I mean.
Quinn.
That's I'm talking about Leonard Floyd.
Such a huge upgrade.
Like that's crazy that he got what $11 million a year.
Yeah, it's not
like he can't get to the quarterback.
Leonard Floyd got 11 mil.
I think.
From
I
who?
thought maybe.
Let me double. I'm gonna double check.
Maybe that was for 2 years, but he still got quite a bit of money. Like I just.
Yeah. How about the Saints picking up Emmanuel Sanders? Now they got Michael Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders.
Drew Brees healthy. Like that's going to be wild. It's gonna be wild.
They're gonna be tough.
I think the NFC is gonna be crazy. You got Tom Brady.
And kind of in both of our favors, I feel like Lions and the Vikings have lost this offseason. Obviously, the Vikings with Diggs.
The Lions.
LeConte will just resign or just signed with somebody else.
The Lions are falling
Everson
apart.
Griffin.
No one likes Patricia. No one likes Patricia. I mean,
Darius Slay.
I mean,
Leonard Floyd did sign for a boatload. I'm trying to find the exact number.
Eric
It was,
Ebron is no longer with the Lions.
From what it sounds like, Patricia is trying to run the Lions like it's the Patriots, and it just isn't working. Like that's just not. You can't just go in somewhere and think that you can run it like that. Like that's not how it works. But you love to see it. You love to see it if you're us.
Ron.
What?
Who's the?
jump
Oh
in
yeah,
real, just to
The
jump in
Lions
on
lost
Leonard
today,
Floyd real quick. Leonard Floyd 1 year contract, minimum of $10 million, possibly up to 13. So it's essentially what his option deal would have been for the Bears on a 1 year deal with the Rams.
Oh, okay.
He can't get to the quarterback.
Yeah.
Like he's huge and he can't get to the quarterback.
Yeah, weird. I don't know. But essentially, it's a Quinn for Floyd
Like I
deal.
said, Tom Brady to the Buccaneers. That's going to be fun to watch play out. Any other?
Todd
It's
Gurley.
gonna look so weird, and then with him chucking the ball up to those receivers, with Chris Godwin and obviously Mike Evans, OJ Howard, Cameron Braid. They got a couple good tight ends, dude. Good offensive line. Sounds like Julian Edelman's trying to make a move to get down there too.
And then I saw the
don't know.
Patriots signed one of Brady's linemen from the Patriots, I think.
They're gonna end up having Gronk play down with the Buccaneers. But
Clinton Dix signed with the Cowboys.
I saw that. I did see that.
Who did?
Clinton Dix.
Oh, gotcha.
Boomy, what did you just
The
say?
Bears brought in a couple safeties now.
What were we just talking about? Who just signed somewhere? Dang it,
I was talking about how the Lions and Vikings had lost some big guys.
Darius Slay.
That's a big one.
No.
He blasted Patricia too.
Yes, he did.
Patricia on the way out.
I said
I just feel like the Vikings and the Lions did not get better. And you can say the same about the Packers. We had to let some guys go, but it's had to bring in some line to get rid of.
Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley gets released by the Rams. Then goes to the Falcons. He played football with Georgia, so he's back where it all started. I think
Rams
it's a big.
Owe him like $2 million.
I think the Rams. I don't know what the Rams are doing. I think it's a bad move. I think he kind of struggled last year, but you can't get rid of a guy like that, a talent like that. Just released him. So I guess we'll see how the Rams fare. They seem like they've kind of gone downhill ever since their Super Bowl appearance.
Well, you tie up that much money in an average quarterback.
That's the problem. I've always said that about the Bears. At least they never paid Mitch Trubisky off of that 1 year where they made the playoffs. So I think that's at least a plus in it all. Any other moves that we have not talked about?
It'll be weird in Green Bay. Brian Bulaga will no longer be a Packer. That's something that's been a staple for like
watch him hold Khalil Mack every time.
Brian Bulaga will not be on injured reserve in November.
Yeah, exactly. He was a staple to see for like 6 weeks and then not play the last 10 weeks of the season.
Hey, it doesn't sound like a bad way to go, I guess. Like, you just kind of...
No, he'd get a sweet contract, play like 6-7 games a year.
Look, he got a contract from the Chargers like the day after he got released.
Yeah. I know. Offensive linemen are like lefty pitchers, dude. They can play for hours.
Yes.
Yeah, like I said, if you can get a good one, it's like... What a job, though, too. You're just kind of paid to be kind of a bigger guy, and you just kind of work out, be a meathead for a while, and then it's crazy to see.
I'm convinced that long snapper is
it's
the
crazy to see, like, crazy to see an offensive lineman like a year after they retire. Like, they're like, we don't like being that big. Like, we don't always want to be that size.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, anything else football related, boys?
Shoot, I think
didn't Denver sign Melvin Gordon? That's
2 years.
Oh, and they released the most elite quarterback of all time, Joe Flacco.
That's trash.
So I don't know.
I like Drew Lock. I think Drew Lock's gonna
be good. I agree.
I think he'll be good. That video of him rocking to that young, that was the best, one of the best videos ever.
It's and if they're gonna, I don't know if they're. I'm sure they're gonna still keep Philip Lindsay because he's still on a very cheap deal as an undrafted free agent. You got Gordon and Philip Lindsay together. Those good weapon out of the backfield to have two guys like that. So.
Unfortunately, boys, the NFL news, NFL free agency will slowly get slower and slower and less news, and we will be left with no sports at all at some point. So
shut up. That's not going to happen.
That is
not
about
gonna
as
happen.
sad as you can do.
Stay positive.
But boys, what are you guys watching? What have you guys been watching over this long weekend of doing nothing but watching shows and playing PlayStation and sitting around and boozing and just doing literally nothing?
Zach, I kind of took your cue. I watched quite a few stand-up specials. A couple I recommend. Fortune Feemster, she's really funny. Hers probably had me laughing the hardest. Adam Devine, if you were a Workaholics fan, his stand-up was really,
I would say
really
Adam
well
Devine
done.
could do a stand-up of just his facial expressions, and it would make me laugh.
Dude, I'm just convinced he just takes a beer bong and just pours 6 Mountain Dews in it, and then goes and gets on stage. He's all doing all this weird movement stuff on stage, and it's hilarious. So that was really good. I burned through a lot of stuff this weekend. I watched the entire thing of The Staircase, which was 13 episodes, hour long each, and I watched every one of those. I highly recommend that if you're into crime documentaries and stuff. For some reason, I love the show American Vandal. That was it's like a satirical documentary. It's pretty funny. And then I've actually just been trying to watch some older and really, really bad movies. If you want to watch an absolutely horrible movie, Spring Breakers on Netflix might be the worst movie I've ever seen.
So annoying. He'll tweet out, "Oh, this movie sucked." It's like, well, dude, you're the one who watched the whole thing.
I can't start a movie and not.
I
know,
it.
but you.
Oh, I have no problem.
I have no problem turning it off a few minutes in and saying this is bad.
Oh no.
Yeah. You better catch it. You better catch it.
Movies that guy is sitting there when's this movie over? I want to stop watching it. But I only have the turn off button.
In the same breath, I started Peaky Blinders, and the first episode sucks.
Take it easy. You take it easy.
It better pick up.
You keep
because
I have not gotten past the first episode of Peaky Blinders.
I've never wanted to fight Boomy so much in my life when he said that.
But here's one thing I want to do though is I've been told to watch Peaky Blinders with the captions on.
Oh yeah,
and then it's a totally different.
You gotta pay
experience.
you gotta pay attention.
I mean,
you can actually understand what you're saying.
So the only thing I had on, so I had no distractions, and it was just super
slight
boring.
brag.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, good one.
No, for me this weekend, Maggie and I continued our Marvel comic movie, our franchise run. We watched Captain America: Civil War last night.
Ooh,
good movie, very very good movie. I want to get your guys' thoughts on this because I've got a buddy that Damien, the guy that preposterously said that what did he say were better than Twix? Dots. Yeah, he said dots were better than Twix. He thinks my my power rankings that I have for the superheroes is outlandish because I have Captain America 9th overall right now. 9th. Yeah, I'm not impressed with Captain America. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Captain America.
You know,
he is.
I don't know if I can go as low as me.
I'm catching a lot of heat. A lot, boys. A lot of heat.
You are Matty Brackets.
I'm catching a lot of heat.
I'm not. I will preface this with I have very very few movies, and I've actually been,
Wait, few movies or few Marvel movies?
Marvel movies.
Okay.
But I actually love the movie Suicide Squad, and I get absolutely roasted for it by my friends who watch that. I love Suicide Squad.
It wasn't a bad movie. I wouldn't say it was great, but.
No, but my friends who are superhero movie purists tell me I'm an idiot because of how bad it was.
I'm not into a lot of those movies, but the new Thor. I'm a big fan of the Thor movies.
See, I've never seen any.
I'm a big fan of the Thor.
I've seen them. I've been watching. We've been watching them in order as they came out. That's what you said. So I've seen the first two. I've seen the first two Thor movies.
There's a new one coming out, isn't it?
Just for all intents and purposes, Thor is number 3 overall.
Love it.
In the power
What
ranking.
Is one?
So
really?
Big Thor guy here.
What is one?
Number 1 is Iron Man. Number 2 just made his appearance in Civil War is Spider-Man. Great character already.
I like the
Wait,
original.
are we gonna do this? Are we doing this on the site?
What's
Are
that?
you releasing this on our site?
Hey, we can. We can do
I say
whatever
we do
got.
after.
I can give you
After the candy. We do
But
this.
all I gotta ask is, please do not spoil this. Like, please, just come on. I know it's been out for a while. I'm begging everybody shooting in. Just don't spoil it for me, please.
Spoil what?
I've really tried to keep this out. Like,
Matt, just for you, I'll throw people in Twitter prison.
Wait.
Dropping.
What are people spoiling?
Any of the movies, because I these, so I'm
Okay.
watching them as they came out.
So do you not want to do the poll until you watch all the movies?
Yeah, I think I might want to wait. I've
See,
See, Matt, what we're doing like there's an order you're supposed to watch them in because of like the chronology or whatever, and that's what we've been trying to do. Now, in our defense, we're only 2 movies in.
Okay, so see what I did, and I saw that same article. I actually tweeted Barstool's who does that? My Mom's Basement, Robbie Fox.
Robbie Fox.
Is it
Robbie Fox? He's a big comic book guy. Does big into those movies. I tweeted him and said, which way to watch it? Do I watch it in movie release or do I watch it in story timeline? He said to go movie release date, so that's what I did.
Love it. You went to the professionals and you got their advice.
My wife, she's seen all of them and probably have seen all of them twice or 3 times. She knows everything.
They're very, very entertaining. I'll say that. And frankly, like Iron Man, it's going to be tough to take him off the #1 spot for me. I'm a big Robert Downey Jr. guy. He's a fantastic actor. Such a smart ass, great character in that movie. He's I like the rich playboy kind of basically Batman vibe.
Does Deadpool fall into that category? Because those movies.
No, not yet.
No,
but Deadpool.
I like Deadpool though.
Part of the franchise.
I'm a big Deadpool
now
fan.
Because Disney bought. Deadpool is supposed to be, I hear, like in the next few years, entering into the Marvel franchise because of
Deadpool is owned by Disney. That just after watching those, that makes no.
Well, those movies are great.
They are good.
Ryan Reynolds was awesome.
What I've been watching, I went over to Boomy's house today. I got the first and second season of Robin Big on DVD, so I'm watching
one
that.
of the dope TV
I have a little
shows,
TV with a built-in DVD player. It's a very old TV, but it just plays DVD, so that is in the corner while I play the PlayStation and playing Robin Big. Great show, awesome time. I'm like, it's nice to watch. You can kind of look over the corner of your eye and be like, oh, I remember that. Great show. R.I.P. Big.
Have you gotten to the mini horse?
What? Yes. No, not the mini horse yet. When they have the like state, like the whole setup in the backyard, that's wild. Yeah. That's wild. But I'd have to say for me, top 1 or 2 reality shows I've ever watched. I love that show. I was a big fan of that show.
Factory too.
I would say it's like a combination right there. It kind of goes into it
together.
And then when Big comes back to the Fantasy Factory, and that's a fun time. But like I said, Robin, it's crazy from like where I'm watching the first season of Robin Big to where he is now, and like he's got to be a billionaire by this point.
Yeah,
he has to be. But that's kind of it. I've been.
Any other comedy specials that people need to check out, Zach? I know you've been hot on those.
I know this is pretty much a basic comedy like suggestion, but the Dave Chappelle, the newest one he did, I mean that is gold. I've
never seen anything bad that Dave Chappelle.
No,
did.
but you know what I mean. I mean that. Yeah. That is, if you want a good laugh, that is something to watch right now. Is
100%. I went back and found "Killing Him Softly" when it got released on Comedy Central. Oh my God, what a gem that was!
Hilarious. But yeah, that's about it. I haven't been watching too much. I'm not really a movie guy per se, so it's kind of hard. And this may sound stupid, but I think we have too many options. I have too many options. I don't know what to watch.
There is something to be said for that argument. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
What am I supposed to watch? I don't know.
It's overwhelming. Yeah. You go to like turn Netflix on, and there is suggestions
popular
for you.
movies.
Like,
movies
that
you
got to scroll through for like 3 minutes to see all the options.
It's like I've seen this before.
And that's just in the suggestions.
Do I want to rewatch a movie? Do I want to watch a new movie? Like comedy? It's like it's just too much. It's too much. I get overwhelmed. It's like me going to the grocery store.
For every 5 shows I add to my list on Netflix, I maybe remove like 2 of them, but just by watching them because it takes so less time to like add them to it than it does to actually watch the stuff.
You guys have been on the Twitch game though for a little bit though,
Oh
right?
yeah.
We're playing the show.
Oh yeah.
Killing the quarantine time that way. Why don't you tell the people where you can find you guys there?
Typical Chicago fans on Twitch. You can follow us on there. We stream. We tweet the link out on. We've been putting it on our Facebook too, and we put it on the Twitter every time. We are actually.
It might be worth looking into some side action.
We just started.
Like maybe your boy here can ZDs while you guys are playing for.
We are
-8 every time.
I think we're about 1 or 2 players away from confirming our typical Chicago fans MLB The Show league that we are going to start up here. We're going to stream most of the games as much as we can.
Who said there's no baseball to watch?
Oh yeah, exactly. People. We're gonna maybe put some money on it so it's interesting for us, and maybe we'll let you guys put some action.
I might have to start booking
on there.
Exactly.
We are trying to stream every game on the Twitch stream. We're trying to get into the Twitch game here. Like I said, we're going to be inside for a while here. So me and Boomy are sitting at home doing nothing at night. Might as well just send it out on Twitch. It's a fun time. We get in the chat. We just we'll bring in some guys. We had like 3 or 4 guys in there today just talking. It's kind of a good time. Just have fun and just pass the time and make some content out of it while we do it. Like I said, I think it's just typical Chicago fans on Twitch. Follow us on there.
Does anybody have an Xbox One, or am I just left out of the loop here with being an Xbox guy?
First of all, I don't think Xbox sucks. But second of all, we cannot stream off of that. Unfortunately. But
all right, well, I need to open up the Venmo, maybe start doing a little a GoFundMe to get me a PS4 then.
Hey, maybe. Hey,
kidding.
No,
I'm
Matt.
kidding.
Maybe while you are working from home, you can do a little eBay sales and because what people want right now is for you to send them a random ass box of like a bobblehead.
Should I just start sending Venmo requests to people? Like, hey, send me a buck.
Just make up something like you owe me $35 and just send it. Like,
I don't know. Hey, you forgot to pay for that March Madness pool like in 2017.
I was going through some paperwork while I was quarantined, and it turns out you owe me $275.
I'm auditing all my old.
Unfortunately for you, I have had a lot of time on my hands.
Financial windfall. Hey.
So we'll try and get our boy Maddie on the Twitch game at some point. But again,
it's more getting the wife to give me the green light to just.
You are playing what Tecmo Bowl right now?
Yeah, I'm playing Tecmo basketball live on the stream. See, who needs to Twitch when you can do this? Tune into our show. We got a little bit of the old school NES. I got the Bulls. We got the Warriors. Tim Hardaway. I'm up 6 actually.
Okay.
Come on, man.
I'm up 4. Come on.
Sorry, my picture's not that great.
Yeah, but Jordan's in foul trouble too, so I got a little bit of a problem going on here right now.
Stop reaching.
Yeah, well, 2 offensive fouls in the first quarter got me in trouble. Getting a little aggressive. So
it's 92. No one called an offensive.
Yeah, no shit. There's not even a circle under the hoop for God's sake.
My God, what are we doing here?
I love it. I love it, though. I love it. Like I said, go to Twitch.
Maybe next show I'll get Bo Jackson on Tecmo Super Bowl. Just 99 yards back and forth each way.
If you want to go over to Twitch, follow the Typical Chicago Fans page. I think it's what it's called. I don't know. Is that what it's called? Page stream.
I'm gonna find it because we got. Hey, tune in. Oh, that's all I know. We can start gambling on video game baseball. Why not?
Yeah, let's go.
DraftKings is doing it.
Let's go. Yeah, well, NASCAR did like a whole virtual race today.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's social
distancing.
Cool. You're in your own car.
Cool. I used to.
Yeah.
There's like a simulator at the Mall of America in Minnesota, and wild to. I know, breaking news. After I said that, I'm like, I just should have said Mall of America. They know where it's at. But there used to be like a NASCAR simulator there, and it was pretty cool, pretty awesome. I was once a young child, too small to be allowed to go in, and I cried a lot.
Don't.
So that was what, 3 years ago?
2015 maybe. No, I don't know. I was young. Okay, Boomy, good one. Haha.
We don't forget the great debate, TCF debate
right
on
here.
Twitter.
We got the candy bracket. Hey, Matt, great transition. Beautiful. We got the candy bracket. What are we? We're in the Sweet 16 right now.
Are we in the Sweet 16? I just retweeted one, like literally 3 seconds
Go check
ago,
it out
so
real
let me
quick.
see which one it is.
Go over it at @typical_Chicago. P-Goy is putting those out throughout the day.
It is the Sweet 16.
Okay, Sweet 16. Well, we're getting down to the tough decisions for people. The first few rounds, yes, we understand some of them will be easy, but we do love the back and forth. Boomy reminded me that that's what it's all about. So we like the back and forth. So that's what the TCF. That's why it's called
a little snippy.
No, I didn't. Nick knows how to get me going.
Exactly.
But go on.
Well, there's a matchup going on right now. There's still, let's see, 16 hours left in the 27 votes total right now. It's the 2 seed versus the 3 seed in the Wonka region, which is Butterfinger versus Kit Kat. We have a dynamite matchup there, boys. Dynamite. Matchup. 2 seed versus 3 seed. Kit Kat's got a sizable lead right now.
Yeah, true.
But it's delicious. It's
boys,
deliciously
a dream of mine came true while we were going through some of this.
I did vote for Kit Kat, by the
Sour
way.
Patch Kids quote tweeted their official Twitter
They're
account.
upset.
They quote tweeted the tweet, and my Sour Patch Kids is my favorite candy, and for them to quote tweet that was amazing to me.
Unbelievable.
That was something that
Sour Patch Kids with the landslide upset too over Skittles.
Well, after you get quote tweeted, what do you expect by the company?
I got a text message from my brother that he's a big Skittles guy, and he texted messaged me thinking that I was on Team Skittles. He did not like my response back when I told him that Skittles are trash.
But this is why it's called the TCF Great Debate.
The Sour Patch Kids are a runaway landslide over Skittles.
Matt, we need to figure out a new one before this is over, because I think this is the time where we keep going with the TCF Great Debates. I know you are Maddie Brackets, so I think.
What about? I'm going to throw this out there, and this is the first one that just came to my head. It just popped in my head a second ago. And I don't know if it'll work, but we're always open to more suggestions. Hit us up on Twitter or Instagram, wherever you can find us. But the one I was thinking was cities. Your top 64 cities.
I like it.
Just straight up cities.
That is a world, nationwide debate.
Like you got to start taking in food. You got to start taking in entertainment. You got to start taking in nightlife. You got to take in weather. You got to take in how do you get in there. I think we're limiting it to the United States, probably 50 cities in the United States. Because I've been to 2 countries in my life. One of them is Canada.
Never left the USA. I've never left
St. Martin, so it's not like I went to
You're not
yeah, I didn't backpack through Europe like the kids say. So anyway,
no one does that.
So yeah, I say
they stay at hostels.
I saw the movie. I'm not doing that.
They're riding the train from major European city to European city, carrying a backpack, like they're talking like they're going through the Alps.
Like 6 people a year do that. They make it seem like it's a big thing. No one does. No, everyone saw the movie. All right, you're gonna wind up in a torture chamber. Yeah. Don't do it. No, I think that's thinking out of the box, man. I like that a lot. People got the one that said beers, and I think that might be highly contingent.
Beers could work, but beers opens up so much. Like, how do you even start? Because straight up popularity. Are we talking best? Because it's all opinion. But there's no
categories are easy. They're like IPAs, like this and that. Like it's kind of easy to get that way.
True.
True.
So I think over the next
your domestic,
few days, we need to figure out. Maybe we can get a few together, do a poll to figure out what the people want. and then we'll get you going on the brackets so we can keep this moving, keep the action moving because, like I said, unfortunately we have no sports.
I'm gonna say this: the one for cities would be quicker for me to put together. I could put a 64.
I say we go cities, maybe
together.
go cities next, and then we'll keep it because we got a while to go here with no sports. So
I gotta think about the beer one. And Pigo is honest. There's something to be said for that, especially because like a lot of beer companies, like their Twitter accounts are active. They're engaged with Busch Light does a lot of social media stuff, so we'd have to find a way to sneak that.
I'm leaning beer for now. I'm just saying I'm leaning for the. I think the beer would be fun.
And then move to beer.
No,
I gotta believe the social studies teacher would like to.
I was gonna say I've been to 40 so I'm all
okay. We can do cities and then we'll do beer. That's fine. I like that.
All right, let's do that.
Let's do that. We've planned it out here, like I said, because. We got no sports for a while, so we might as well keep the Twitter active. We'll keep Pigoy working on all those polls that keep him busy for about 25 minutes out of the day.
Hey, how about Pigoy putting up that video of him cleaning the garage? Thanks a lot.
Yeah, that was hilarious. At least he sped it up for us, though. At least he sped it up for us.
Yeah.
And guess what? He's not here to defend himself.
How about instead of taking that video, how about you come over to my house and clean
Yeah,
my garage?
I will film you. I'll film you doing it, man, and I'll put it on my.
You did a great job. And how pristine is that garage? By the way?
But my one thing is, what was the he took a hose and sprayed it for like a second. It seemed like it's just like a spray, like one spray.
Guys,
Corona wash. Dude.
We are breaking down Pigoy's garage cleaning thing.
Please give me sports back.
Oh, I think about that a lot.
Please come back.
I'll start getting into like a rabbit hole on something on my phone, like something random video or like YouTube video, and it's like, why am I watching this right now? What am I doing?
I've watched the Cars movies, Cars 1 and 3, I've watched Cars 1 and 3 about 38 times with my kid in the last 10 days.
I'm watching Robin Big on a 10-inch TV.
I need to see a basketball, a baseball, some sort of ball, some sort of points being racked up so I can take an over, for Christ's sake. Just give me something. Anybody, like I said it in the last show, if I ever hear anybody say anything about the length of the baseball season, 162 games, there's 82 basketball, shut the fuck up.
Yes.
Take any one of those back right
just
now.
Give me 200 baseball.
You would take the Pirates versus the Tampa Rays tomorrow.
I want one live sports event going on now that I can bet on and I care about. And I care about
one a day. I don't need 1,000.
I understand there's Australian football or something going on, but I can't get interested in that because I can't gamble on it.
It's horrible.
Like I said, we got Candy Bracket going on right now. We are in the Sweet 16. Vote over on @typical_Chicago, and then we will have cities, and then we will do beers. So we are set up for the TCF Great Debate to go on for the next month or so. We're excited about that. Maddie Brackets will be making all that for you. So if you have any complaints, it's @schools_01.
Bring them on, baby. Bring them on.
Boomy, do you have a wacky web story for us?
Absolutely.
I know everything is a wacky web story at this point.
Yeah, the world is a wacky.
That's all we have in this world anymore is wacky web stories.
I don't even think they're called web stories anymore. It's just
life.
Yeah. But it ties in with kind of our what you were watching segment, and the fact that I told you I've been watching the confession tapes where people have committed to crimes that they probably didn't commit. I also, like I said, I watched American Vandal, where they convinced this kid to admit to a crime that he didn't necessarily commit. And this takes us to Gallup, New Mexico, where a man just willingly confessed to a crime that he definitely did because he confessed and is now facing charges because he just walked up and told the police that he got a little too drunk one night and stole 2 TVs. Just walked right into the police station.
He thought that he should inform them that he did that.
Yes, and informed them that he was extremely intoxicated when he entered his neighbor's residence. and an officer walked up to him and he started spilling his guts. So there was no conspiracy here. They didn't coach him in anything. He just walked into the police station and had something to get off his chest. So this idiot is being charged with felony grand theft for stealing 2 TVs and then just throwing himself right into the back.
The easiest arrest those cops have ever made in their whole career.
Yes. Open and shut case. Like, I really hope it's like some elderly cop who's like 5 days away from retirement, and he's just like, can I get through this? Can I get? And he's like, man, that was really, really easy. You know,
that would be something. Like, you're just sitting there as a cop, you're like, I don't know, doing whatever, and then somebody just walks in and is like, yeah, I did the crime.
Everybody that like rolled a stop sign just went to the police station. Like, hey, just so you guys know, like, I rolled a stop sign over there on 3rd Avenue. Like,
I didn't yield. I kind of just rolled right through it. So I'm here to tell you that. Like,
take whatever punishment you deem.
That is wild. Like, as a cop, you're like, are you sure?
People just admitting to crimes they committed. What? I mean, I never thought I'd see this.
This coronavirus scare is just making people do crazy things that are making them admit to. What did you say?
Getting drunk, stealing TVs, and admitting.
Maybe you got drunk and admitted to doing it. Just still drunk. I don't know. Anything post show, boys?
Matt, I took up your advice, and Zach, kind of yours too. I finally watched Theo Von's stand-up special, and at first it was a really slow build. The first 10 minutes were not great, and I love Theo Von's podcast this past weekend, but turned out to be really, really funny. I really enjoyed it. So good suggestion on that one, fellas.
Yeah, I think that dude's pretty funny.
His humor is a little different, though.
Like, it's like it's all.
Was it called the dark arts?
I wouldn't say dry. It's not. I don't know if the word is dry, but it's like sneaks up on you.
It's called the dark arts, right? Is what he calls like his 2-word. Yeah, but like that's just kind of what it's not dark comedy, but it's like a little different.
No, there's definitely some edgy stuff in there.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's just like the way he does it.
The Louisiana vibe being like a totally from like straight off the bayou, like that's just funny.
I'll say it again too. It's a basic take, but I've watched a bunch of Chappelle. I mean, he's to me the best. I mean, the way he did it.
Yeah.
And people will say Chris Rock, people will say Eddie Murphy and Pryor and all that. And they're right. Maybe they're right. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But
no, I would say Chappelle's on the mountain.
He's on the. I mean, the way he in the with the climate that he did his last special in, and the way he did it and everything, and it was just.
But he could disappear for a decade, comes back, drops a banger. And
because the reason I actually got the Robin Big was I was going over to Boomies to get the Chappelle show, and he couldn't find it or whatever, and then
no idea where it's
I was kind of looking at it, and it was like there was 1 season, then 2 seasons, and then there was a 3rd season with 3 episodes. So he must have just gone away right after that. Then he comes back and makes another huge run in comedy like he's doing right now. And then now you haven't really seen much of him in the last months or so. Even before the coronavirus.
And I respect that a lot. Like, he wasn't going to let.
Oh no, he don't give a fuck about that guy. He don't give a fuck about money. And you know, I mean, not like he doesn't care about it, but he proved to you that he will walk away from millions. I mean, he walked away from a lot of money with that show.
Definitely.
So, like I said, I think he's one of the realists too. Like you know that he stands for what he believes in. That's kind of what he proved by.
Well, he's one of those guys that's adamant. He's adamant about the line of comedy.
Perfect. It's got to be
life.
Yeah,
right.
And the way he does his comedy is just to a T perfect. I think. How long was he out of comedy and pretty much out of the spotlight for?
10 years.
It was at least a decade.
Yeah. Anything?
I mean, because he was going off when I was in college, like towards the end of my college.
Oh, like becoming a star.
Like Chappelle show was
exploding
when I was in like.
He was a superstar, dude. He was that Chappelle show. I mean, that was probably one of the biggest shows. That was like probably got to be the biggest show on Comedy Central.
It was definitely the biggest sketch comedy in the entire 2000s.
Anything else post show, boys?
It's bad enough we get quarantined here, fellas. What's with the snow? This is
Oh my
ridiculous.
gosh! I woke up this
Talk
morning.
about a middle finger from Mother Nature today. Holy
A little
shit!
salt in the wound today.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh! I'm like, come
Yeah.
on! I'm tired of
Hey,
snow.
hey, since you fuckheads can't leave the house, here's an inch of snow or two. You know,
Yeah,
Have fun. Deal
exactly.
with that.
Here you go.
Deal with
Here's
that,
a
you
real
lose-
stay
losers.
inside. You can't even go out to your backyard. You want to go do something outside?
Honestly,
Yeah.
No.
So
I'd
it's
rather
cold.
it be like this than like 70 out right now. Because if it was
Yeah, I
70
guess.
out, I'd be really pissed. I couldn't go like golf or
But at least you
play
could go in
slow
like your
pitch or something
backyard and
that.
like play catch or something instead of like.
See, I want to know about that. Why can't golf turn into a 2-man instead of a 4-man group where each guy has a cart?
We'll see. We'll see.
You're-
We'll
and
see where
I'm-
it goes. We got a while.
I am always 6 feet away from the other golfer
Yeah.
I'm playing with because I suck. So if you hit the ball,
The
like,
only
yeah,
thing
you're
is
6
putting.
feet away
The only thing is
because
putting.
you're
remotely where you're trying, I
ball.
won't be anywhere close to 6 feet within you. So I'd be the perfect golf partner right now in a quarantine situation.
I love it.
So I think we got to figure this out. There's got to be a way. Golf courses, hey, half the pie is better than no pie. If you're used to foursomes, switch to
Exactly.
twosomes, boom. I figured
I
out
just
golf
won't anyway,
in
so.
disease times.
I would love for golf to be allowed back. I would just
Yeah.
let me
They're
do
gonna
something
have
activity,
They're gonna
some
have to
activity
cut-
outside.
They're going to have to cut the amount of people they allow. Just take 2 instead of 4 because it's the same number of cards.
Moves
It's
faster
the
anyway.
same
And
number
you know
carts
a lot
that
of
way.
people won't want to
You know,
do it.
Each group already has 2 carts.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you just have each guy takes his own cart. Boom, you're within 6 feet. Everybody wins.
We'll see how that goes.
Don't-
We'll see how it
Don't
goes.
pick up any of the loose straggler balls anymore.
That's true. That's true. Unless they're in the water.
Water.
Yeah, coronavirus just gets washed
Everything.
away by
Yeah.
the
Just
ponds.
get a little
the
rub
ponds
a
out.
little, the wire brush. Use
Yeah.
a little brush on there. Get the seaweed off. A little buck from the bottom of a pond.
Boys, do we got anything else? I know our brains we've been stuck inside, so this is kind of our show where we can kind of get everything out for like just what we've been thinking about for like the last
Cabin
few days.
fever's legit. Cabin
Yeah.
fever
Oh,
sucks.
I mean, and it's just started too. I mean, this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
The order came down on Saturday at 5 because they barely been 24 hours. I'm
There's like
my
30 hours.
It's 11:30 on Sunday, and I can't take it anymore. But it is.
and really, I know it's like it's needed. People got to stay home as much as possible, but
It's weird
it
that,
doesn't
like,
mean
when you're
it's
out and about,
fun.
people.
It fucking sucks.
You're out and
dude.
about now. It's like people are like, "What are you doing out?" It's like, I don't know, just getting out of the house. But now it's like one of those
Yeah.
things really shouldn't be, I guess. So like I said, weird time for all. It's just like I said. Then it was nice out. Now it's snowing again, and it's just like, dude, come on! Like we can't
Just-
win.
Think about how you're going to talk about this period.
Oh
in like
yeah,
25
or even
Yeah.
a year and a half,
You know what
a
I
year
mean?
from now.
Like-
Like, think about a year from now what we're gonna be thinking. Like
Like, do you
Wow.
remember we had to like stay at home for 2
do you remember that year March
like,
Madness
because
was
a
canceled?
virus was tearing through the world. Like it's just
March
nuts.
Madness
It
canceled.
stopped sports.
Stopped sports. It stopped Vegas. It stopped everything.
Like movie production.
Movie. Peaky
done.
Blinders
All of it.
season 6 production is shut down because of it. Like it's just
It's crazy.
it's crazy. It's just crazy. It's insane. Thank you to our sponsor, The Muddy Otter. Go to themuddyotter.com. They just had a big release of new products on the site. So, again, go to themuddyotter.com or follow them on Facebook and Instagram. Hit up Hannah and Mitch Prentice on their Facebook and Instagram, The Muddy Otter. Ask them if we got some custom for them. Like I said, they just put a new bunch of products on their site, The Muddy Otter, so go check that out. Also, Score Trader, go to the Apple Store, download Score Trader, the app. We'll kind of see where politics go here throughout the next few weeks with the coronavirus scare and just see how it all goes. But if you want to get involved with that, go to the Score Trader app on the Apple Store. Download it. It's free to play. Make sure you got your account for when everything gets going with politics. Thank you to @schools_01 Matt Schofield and Boomy @Boomy TCF. I am Zach Lilia @ZLilia LILJA TCF. The main page is @typical_Chicago. Instagram, Facebook. Type in Typical Chicago Fans. Follow us on there. YouTube. Follow the Typical Chicago Fans YouTube page. Subscribe to that. And then go over to wherever you get your podcast from. Apple, if you're on Apple, type in Typical Chicago Fans. Subscribe, rate, review. Spotify, follow and review or rating or whatever. And then if you're anywhere else, do what you got to do. Last thoughts, boys, on your weekend quarantine.
Stay safe out there and do your part.
Matt.
Be nice to people.
I agree. And I got to work from home for the next couple of weeks, so like I might.
My
go
thought
crazy.
on it is fucking sucks. That's it. That's all I gotta say. This has been the TCF Morning Show, Monday, March 23rd. We love you all.
Peace.